This is my review for the Olympic ice dancing competition, and I'm just gonna say I have a slight bias for Papadakis and Cicerone. I love them since 2015 when they won the World Championship because they are ballet on ice, and I just love that type of style of skating. And also a lot of the ice dancing teams, like for the guys, they are very stiff and they take on this like masculine role where Cicerone is more. It's not masculine or female. It's just he's like liquid gold, and he just flows so beautifully on the ice. And Gabrielle really complements that type of skating with him. So I just love the team. And the 2016 Free Skate to Build a Home is an amazing program. It's probably one of my favorite programs of all time. And I was really hoping that they would use that program as the vehicle for the Olympics. But they did a new program to Sonata. So let's go and talk about the short program. I actually am not a fan of Gabby's and Guillaume's short program music to Ed Sheeran. Not a fan of his music. That's just my cup of tea. So don't hate on that. But again, it's not about music choice in the sense like you don't lose points for bad music, because the judge's role is how the skaters interpret the music and how they perform to the music. So, but I thought that at the short program in the Olympics, I really enjoyed it. But there was two errors that they did. One is a wardrobe malfunction, and I'm actually surprised they didn't like get a deduction for the wardrobe malfunction because I thought before they used to like deduct 1 point or something like that. And the second one was the twizzles. It was it wasn't in sync, and it looked off. And the twizzles in ice dancing is like a quad. It's worth a lot of points. So the fact that they made an error on the twizzles, um, I thought they would had like a lower mark. So they had a really high mark. It was like 80 plus. But then when I looked at the score sheet for the twizzles, there was a few judges that gave them a +3 GOEs, which I thought that was surprising because they did do a mistake on the twizzles. And the twizzle is like it's like a very important program, and it's not like it was noticeable. So that was very surprised by the score. But through the year, the judges looked like they were really rewarding that program and rewarding the French team. So and like leading up to the Olympics, it looks like they were the team to win as well, based on the marks they received for the short dance and the free dance. Um, when I saw Tessa and Virtue perform this, it's the best performance that they've skated to this year for the short program. And I do like the choice of music. I like the choreography. I really actually enjoyed their skating style. And when they received the world record, deservingly so, because they skated the heck out of that program. It was so fun to watch. And it's sort of reminiscent of the program that they did the year before to Purple Rain with Prince. And I love that program. And this program, I loved as well. There's something about the short program they're very strong at. And they just know how to perform music. And the rumba is a much better suited music to Scott and Tessa, I think, than it is to Gabby and Guillaume. So I think the marks are fair for them. World record score, deservingly so. But I think the marks for the short program for Guillaume and Gabby was a little bit high. Third place. The judges put Hubble and Donahue third, and Shibutani's fourth. I think I would have put Shibutani's third and Hubble and Donahue fourth, but it was so close because they both performances was really good. But consistently throughout the year, Shibutani's really got really great scores, and they skated amazing to that program. So I think I would have given them the edge. The free skate. Okay, I will say this bias. I love Moulin Rouge. I love the soundtrack. I love Broadway. Um, I was excited for Tessa and Scott's performance for Moulin Rouge, and I saw them at Skate Canada performing, and I just love the program. But the one critique that I had about the program was at the end of the program, the music sort of dies down, where especially for an Olympic season and that type of music, because it's Broadway, you sort of want the music to end instead of going down, but like a crescendo going up. So you want like the arms up in the air like this. Like you want it to like just go. So it didn't have that, and I wish it did. But I'm so glad that Tessa and Scott were able to tweak the program throughout the year because by the time they got to the Olympics, that's what happened. Like they had like that musical showstopper number at the end, and that is an Olympic program. Like that's how you win the gold medal. So when I saw that program and they scored like 120 122 points, well deserved. I thought it was going to be a little bit higher, but 122 is a fantastic score for sure. So well deserved because they skated amazing. Like it was, I think, the best short program that they skated that year, and it's one of my favorite short programs that Tessa and Scott has ever skated to. And it was an Olympic program. Like if you were to think of a program, that would be it. The lifts, the speed, the angles that they had on the skate, just their passion you can see from the beginning all the way to the end. Like it was just an incredible piece of performance that they did. And I think I would have scored them like 125, like a world record, a score for that one for sure. When I saw Gabby and Guillaume skate for the short program, sorry, free skate. Now, the one thing I would say is I'm not a fan of the middle part of the routine where it's like loud piano. It feels like it's like them banging the fingers on the piano key. It's chaotic. It sounds. So I'm not a really big fan of that part of it. But they skated an amazing program after the wardrobe for her and them to skate the way that they did. It was an amazing performance. But I gotta say, I was in the crowd, and the crowd was definitely loving Tessa and Scott's program more. And I had to say that their program, Scott and Tessa, were by far the best program that night. Like, I had like goosebumps. It was so good. Like, everything about the program was amazing. And Guillaume's program and Gabby's program was amazing as well. Like, I wish they both got home a gold. But in any year for the free skate, I would have put Gabby and Guillaume first. But at this Olympic moment with the program that Scott and Tessa skated to, it by far was a class of their own, I thought. And I'm surprised that Guillaume and Gabby had the world record score because I would have given that world record score to Tessa and Scott for sure, hands down. But I'm glad that Tessa and Scott won the gold medal, deservingly so. But I think they should have got the world record in the short program and the long program and like the combined score. I think because that program, like the free skate program, was like it was crazy, amazing. Like there's no words for me to describe it. Like I couldn't believe I was sitting there watching it live and watching that program unfold. And I think that will go down as my Olympic moment when I was in Pyeongchang because it was like I had an out of body experience. It was that good. So that definitely they deserve the gold. Guillaume Gabby skated amazing for the silver, and any other year and any other Olympic, that program would have been a gold medal. But just unfortunately, like the Canadians skated freaking amazing. Third, I would have given it to Shibutani, so I think the placement was correct. Hubble and Donahue made errors, couple errors in their free skate, and I think people were saying that they lost the bronze, but even without the errors, I think the Shibutanis would have won the bronze anyways, because and I would say the Shibutanis free skate I wasn't a big fan of at the beginning of the year. I felt like the Coldplay music they chose was just a copycat from last year's album, so I just thought it wasn't as original. Like last year's program was amazing. They should have just either kept that, but they just kept Coldplay but chose a different song. So I just thought it wasn't my cup of tea. But the way they skated that program at the Olympics at that moment was incredible, and they deserved the bronze. And even if Hubble and Donahue skated well, and Shibutanis I think would have won the bronze anyways because they skated amazing. And the thing about Hubble and Donahue, this is their second time where they had potential for a bronze medal potential, and both times they made a mistake. And I think maybe I would advise the coach for them to see a sports psychologist. I remember Gabby had her accident, and she didn't see a sports psychologist, and she didn't think she needed one, but then she eventually went to a sports psychologist, and I think that really helped her for this Olympics, and she won bronze, and her free skate was incredible. So I think Hubble and Donahue, it'd be advantageous for them to see a sports psychologist because they have the skills to be on the podium. Um, they have the passion to be on the podium, but I think they're their own saboteur. I think when they're at the cusp of successful or like the cusp of being on the podium, they find a way to not get on the podium, and it's all mental, I think, because they have the skills, they have the quality, and they have the chemistry for it. But I just think something mentally there is not allowing them to be on the podium, because they are a really great skating pair, and I really like the free skate for the Russian team. I forget their name, but I thought that the free skating was really good from them. The Italians, I wasn't a big fan of through the years, but I thought that they skated really well. And it's sad because it's such a strong field of ice dancers. And this is the same Italian team that won the World Championship. So it's such a strong field. But the top three are correct. Though, granted, I think I would have given the Canadian, again, the world record for the short program and the free skate, but at least the placement was correct. And for me, that free skate from Scott and Tessa will go down as my favorite routine in life. In life. It gives me life. So that's my review. Hope you enjoyed it. And I would have done like a small mini video at the bottom and commentated over it, but I don't know how to put a video in there. I know nothing about IT.